Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is the continuation of how to cut a denim short. So I'm your one and only Ceefashion Academy. So let's continue, guys. So the first thing you need to do after you have finished cutting and preparing everything is to make sure that you overlock them. Just make sure that you weave all of them. As you guys can see, I'm now weaving all of them. I'm now overlocking all of them. Yes, that is actually what you're going to do. Then when you are done doing that, next thing you are going to do is to start coupling. And we are going to be starting with the back yoke. You guys know what I call the back yoke. Okay, let me show you guys what I really mean by the back yoke. This particular one, this is how we are going to be coupling it. Are you seeing it? Okay, we are going to be sewing 1/2 inch here. Yes. So guys, when you are done sewing 1/2 inch, next thing you need to do is to overlock. You must weave it. Do you understand? Overlock this point. Yeah, the same. So let's go and overlock. As you guys can see, we have done the overlocking already. Yes, with a black thread overlock. Are you seeing it? So the next thing we need to do is to top stitch, guys. So let's do the top stitching. You have to stitch at the very edge. Are you seeing it? Stitch at the edge. Yes, that is what you have to do. If you notice that your material is stretchy, all you have to do is to increase your stitch length. Then next you need to overlock. You need to top stitch again. Now this time around, top stitch giving a gap of 1/4 inch, as you can see on your screen. Now look at it, giving a gap of 1/4 inch in between your stitches. Okay, now this is what you do. This actually makes it look like a jean kind of production. As you guys can see, we have done it here. So make sure you do the same thing on the other side. So the next thing we are going to be working on now is the pocket. All I want you to do is to fold the pocket like this. You can fold 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch. Are you seeing it? Fold it this way, then iron it out. Then after ironing it out, as you guys can see, we have ironed it out. Next thing you need to do is to top stitch. So in order for you to top stitch, now guys, look at it. Look at how we're going to be top stitching right now. You must stitch at the very edge, just the same way we did at the back yoke. Okay, stitch at the very edge. Make sure to increase your stitch length so as to avoid the material shrinking. Okay, so as you guys can see, please make sure you use your scissors. Don't use your hand the same way I'm doing. Please make sure you use your scissors so as not to affect anything here. Now give a gap of 1/4 inch and give another top stitching. Please do the same thing on the other side. As you guys can see, I'm actually doing the same thing on the other side. So after you are done doing this, as you guys can see, the pocket is coming out. Next thing we need to do is to fix the pocket itself. Now please, I want you guys to know this is not the same thing to making a typical or a regular side pocket. This one is totally different. It's for jean. Are you seeing it? Okay, so if you want to know how we actually cut out this pocket, please make sure you watch the sewing video. Now you have to place it this way. This is how we cut it. This is exactly how we cut it. Do you understand? So place it, make sure it actually rhymes. If you notice, the cuff part of the pocket is at the other side. That is the center front side, while this side is at the normal side. Okay, next thing you need to do is to use your pin and hold. Make sure you hold with your pin. Then after that, we need to sew this way. Are you seeing it? Okay, now we are starting from the back because we need a guide, we need a direction. So after we are done sewing at this very back, now we are going to be having a guide in front. Now next thing we are going to be doing is to also sew in front. Please guys, I want you to know that the thread we are using to sew is actually doubled. Do you understand? At the upper side of the threading is actually doubled. So make sure you sew on the front part just this way, using it as a guide. So in order to also double stitch, give a 1/4 inch gap and a double stitch. As you guys can see, this is actually looking like a pure jean. Next thing you need to do is to do the same thing on the other side. But before you do that, make sure you top stitch on the upper part, as you guys can see on your screen. Please guys, make sure you do the same thing on the other side. As you guys can see, the pocket is very ready. Please make sure you do the same thing on the other side. So what we are about making now is the fly zipper. So in order for you to make the fly zipper, all you have to do is to top stitch on top of this. After you are done top stitching, the same way you see on your screen, make sure you overlock it. As you guys can see, we are done overlocking the two plackets. Are you seeing it? For the fly zipper, next thing you need to do is to place 2 of your front part like this. Then make sure you mark out the zip point. The zip point in this case is 6 inches, as you guys can see, 6 inches. Then use your scissors and notch just a 1/4 inch. Okay, as you guys can see, we have notched. Next thing you need to do is to bring out your zipper itself. This is the zipper that we are about to use. Now you seeing it, we are using this kind of zipper. Yes, an iron zipper. That is what best fits a jean. So next thing you need to do is to expand it this way. If you notice, for a female short, the right is supposed to be overlapping to the left. Now look at it. Look at it. This is the sample. The right is overlapping the left. Are you seeing it? The right overlapping the left. Why for men is for the left that's supposed to be overlapping the right. So all you have to do is to take your placket. The part that is overlapping, you have to sew your placket. Place it this way and sew 1/4 inch. Are you seeing it? Start from the notch point. Sew 1/4 inch. Please make sure you master the way we placed it. The next thing you need to do is to notch. Okay, this is it. So after that, arrange it very well and make sure you top stitch. Are you seeing it? Top stitch on the part of the material, that is the short itself, not on the placket side. So now you are done top stitching. Now look at it, guys. We are done top stitching. Next thing you need to do is to sew on the other side. Remember, we use the placket pieces to sew on the other side. Now this time around, you need to first of all sew with your zip. Please always make sure you place the front part of your zip on the material, just the same way we have done now. Now make sure you sew out from the notch part to the upper part. Now as you guys can see, we are done. Use your scissors and notch. Then when you are done, next thing you need to do is to now use the placket place on top of it and also sew. Please make sure you place it exactly like this and make sure that the placket is equal to the short from the upper part. Please don't make this mistake. Now make sure you use your stitch and hold both of them. Then next thing you need to do is also take your scissors, also repeat the same notch. Then the next thing we are going to be doing now is to top stitch, guys. So in order to top stitch, we do it the same way that we are used to. Make sure you top stitch at the edge and make sure you correct any error if there is. Now we are done. Next thing we are going to be doing is to be fusing both of them together. That is the left and the right side of the shirt. In order to fix both of them together, all you have to do is to, now look at it, guys, place it this way. Are you seeing it? Okay. Then after that, we are going to be sewing. We are going to, please, I don't want you to make mistake. I want you to feel this particular thing very, very well, the way that we are going to be sewing it. Are you seeing it? Please make sure the notch points are equal. Make sure they are equal and make sure the upper part is actually equal. Are you seeing it? Take your time to arrange it, please, guys. It is very, very important you arrange it very, very well. Okay. Now we are going to be sewing 1/2 inch, but not from the part we've notched, but above the part we've notched. That is 1/2 inch above the part that we have notched. Are you seeing it? Then make sure the seam allowance is 1/2 inch. Now that is what we are actually going to be doing. As you guys can see, we have done that. Now look at it. I would also like you to double stitch on it. Now looking at it now, you see that the right is actually overlapping the left, but we are not done. We need to hold the zip on the other side. So in order to do that, all you have to do is to carefully place it this way, arrange it. Are you seeing it? Now carefully hold the zip alongside this other side. Are you seeing it? Carefully hold it. Please don't let it shift. If not, the zip is not going to be well relaxed. Then use your pin and pin on it. Then turn it like this. Now we are going to be sewing it on this very side. Please, I want you to pay attention at this moment. I'm actually going to be zooming it. As you guys can see, I've zoomed it. Now when you are sewing this zip, please make sure you sew it on the placket side, not on the short side. Are you seeing it? Okay, so take your stitch and hold. Are you seeing it? Take your stitch and then hold, just the same way you are seeing on your screen right now. Take your stitch and then hold it. Now that we are done holding it, next thing we need to do is to cut off the excess thread. So you guys can see we've held it. Now the final thing we need to do on this zip fly area is to make sure you top stitch to hold it. Now this top stitching is actually very sensitive. Now take your chalk and mark 1 inch. Please make sure you stop at your zip point. As you can see, now this is the curve we are going to be sewing on. But before you sew it, you are not just going to be sewing it on it. You need to open the back zip fly. Are you seeing it? So that you don't sew on both of them at the same time. Now you are done opening, use your pin and hold in order for it not to shift while sewing. Please, if you want to sew, you have to start from the down. I advise you to start from the down. You can also start from the up. Just do the same way you are seeing me do. Now make sure you back stitch a little bit, then start following the line which you've marked with your chalk. Please just remember the back is still very open. It is not closed in any way. I mean the zip fly. Okay, now we are done. Cut off the excess, and you guys know that the back is still very open. Next thing you need to do is to close it, because we want the one we want to sew now, we want both of them to be held together. Do you understand? Okay, so let's close it, guys. So you guys can see there is still small to be sewn at the zip point. Now let's close it. So after you are done closing it, you guys are going to see how we are going to finish it up. Okay, now look at it. I've actually zoomed it for you to see it. So from here, we are going to start stitching. Then when we reach at this other side, you back stitch in order to hold it firm, guys. It is very, very important you do that. Please, if you've not purchased our book, the new book that I published, The Perfect Dress Cutting Guide, which is going to teach you all you need to know on how to cut any type of dress, please make sure you order for yours, or you can also comment in the comment section. So now that we are done, all you have to do is to use your scissors and cut it off. So you guys can see the zip fly is now 100% ready. Make sure you use your zip to cut off the excess thread there in order to improve the finishing. So the next thing we are going to be doing after now is to make sure that you connect the two sides. Yes, these two sides, you have to connect both of them. So you guys can see, place it this way and use 1/2 inch and sew. It is not hard. Please, whatever you do on this very side, make sure you do the same thing on the other side. Please guys, if you've not subscribed to my channel, I want you to make sure you subscribe so that you can be the first to get notification anytime we post a new video. I want you guys to know that my videos are always detailed. I always like to make my videos detailed. I love you guys learning, so I want you to make sure you like this video. That is the only way you can support me. Like this video. So next thing we are doing now is to iron the seams. Please, it is very important you iron the seams carefully, just the same way as I'm doing it now. Take your time to iron. If you notice, I took a lot of time in ironing it. It's just that I had to fast forward it. Next thing we need to do is to fold out the hemming. Remember, we left 2 inches for the hemming, so you need to mark it out exactly as I'm doing right now. Please, whatever you do on this very particular leg, do it on the other side also. Okay, mark out 2 inches. That is what we are actually doing now. We are marking out 2 inches. So when you are done, next thing you need to do is to fold alongside the 2 inches that you have marked. After you are done folding, take your iron and iron it out, guys. So make sure you put a hemming gum. As you can see, I'm using a hemming gum to hold it firm. Yes, it is very important you do that. Use a hemming gum and hold it firm. Now we are stitching on top of it. Please, we are stitching on top of it. Look at it, guys. Are you seeing it? We are now stitching on top of it. Yes, I'm actually marking the same 2 inches so as to make sure I stitch exactly on top of it. So stitch exactly. Please, you can stitch from the front, you can stitch from the back. I will recommend for you to stitch either from the front or from the back. Now next thing you need to do is to fold both of them together. Now please guys, I want you to note something. Whatever the waist is, divided by 2. Are you seeing it? Divided by 2. So as you guys can see, I've divided mine by 2 and I've marked where the waist is. That is 18.5, which is 37 inches. Yes, now take it and mark it out this way. If you notice the way I'm marking it out, from where I started from the waist, I marked it out and I gradually made sure I marked with 1/2 inch towards the end. Yes. Now make sure you sew it out. Please don't backstitch the initial point which you started, because you're still going to be opening it up when you are fixing the band, waistband. Are you seeing it? You can also double stitch in order to get a very firm stitch. Now as you guys can see, we are done. Next thing we are going to be doing is we are going to place it and iron it out. But before we do that, you need to sew the inseam. Yes, let's sew out the inseam. All you have to do is to measure out. The base part of our shirt is actually 28 inches. 28 divided by 2 is 14. So make sure you mark out 14 inches. Do you understand? Make sure you mark out how many? 14 inches. So let's use it and sew out the inseam. Please, whatever you do on this very side, make sure you do it on the other side. And make sure you don't continue sewing. Make sure you stop at the middle part. Do exactly the same thing on the other side. And make sure you backstitch at the crotch points. So as you guys can see, we are done with this part. Next thing we're going to be doing is the waist band. But before that, you guys already know we need a belt holder, because this is actually going to have a belt holder. Do you understand? Okay, so let me show us our belt holder. So in order to fix the belt holder, you need to position where it belt holder is going to be. As you can see, we marked 4 inches. Make sure you do the same thing on this side, mark 4 inches. Please, this is actually dependent of the person's waist. Do you understand? Okay, so in order to place the belt holder, all I want you to do is to place it on that point. Use your pin and hold it. Please guys, I want you to know that your belt holder, the length is actually 4 inches. Yes, the length is actually 4 inches, and you make sure you have like from 6 to 8 pieces of the belt holder. As you can see, 1 2 3 4 5 plus this 6 and this 7. Okay, please make sure you place a belt holder on the other part also. Now look at it. So we are going to take our time to place this belt holder. Now, make sure you also place at the side. Yes, make sure you also place at the side. Please, after you are done placing on the left side, as you can see we are placing, do the same thing on the right side. Yes, make sure you also place your belt holder here. Please guys, I want you to know that after placing this belt holder, it is the waistband that we are going to be sewing. Now when you get to the back, now look, there are choices for you to use at the back, but for the sake of this particular tutorial, I'm going to be marking 2 inches from the back center. Are you seeing it? I'm marking how many? Okay, I'm actually marking 3 inches from the back center. Are you seeing it? Please do the same thing on the other side and place your belt holder, as you guys can see. So we are done placing the belt holder. Next thing, we are going to be sewing out the waistband. Okay, so in order to fix the waistband, this is how to fix it. Take your waistband, the one that you have cut. Remember, there are 2. Take it and place it just this way. Are you seeing it? From the front center down to the back center, even into the seam allowance. Are you seeing it at the back center? Then also do the same thing from the back center down to the front center, and you are going to be sewing with 1/2 inch. Do you understand? Okay, so I'm going to be explaining how we actually produce this waistband. Are you seeing it? The width is actually 2 inches. And you have to fold out 1/2 inch on one side. Are you seeing it? Make sure you fold out 1/2 inch on one side. Please do the same thing on the other side. Then talking about the length, as you can see, the length here is 25. That, and mind you, they are 2. That means 50 inches. Now, how did we get that 50 inches? The person's length is actually 37. So we added extra 13 inches to it, making it 50 inches. Then after we divide it by 2, that is 25 on each side. So this is the inner part of the band. As you can see, the width is 3 inches. Okay, and the length is the same thing as the other one. Are you seeing? We actually folded 1 inch here. Are you seeing it? Okay, 3 inches width, and we folded out 1 inch, and the length is actually the same thing as the other one, 25. So this is the inner waistband. Do you understand? Okay, so if you don't understand, I want you to repeat it again. So this is how we are going to be sewing it right now. Are you seeing it? Place it like this and sew 1/2 inch. Please, whatever you do on this side is what you are going to do on the other side. Please, as you're sewing, make sure you sew to the seam allowance. Okay, now do the same thing on the other side. Please, when you are done sewing like this, I want you to make sure you cut out the excess band that is coming out on each other side. As you can see, we have cut out the excess band. Okay, so we also have to cut out this particular one, cut out the excess. Okay, so when we are done doing this, the next thing we are actually going to be doing is, okay, let's first of all finish cutting out the excess. As you can see, so the next thing you need to do is to remove the pins which are holding the belt holder, because we are going to be stitching the belt holder on the band. Okay, so this is how you stitch the belt holder on the band. As you can see, fold it this way. Make sure you're switching at the end part of the band. Are you seeing? But now we are going to be stitching 1/2 inch here. Yes, at the base. Always do the 1/2 inch. Do it on all other belt holders. Please make sure you don't miss out on that. Are you seeing it? 1/2 inch. Yes, it's very, very important. It's necessary for you to do that. Make sure you repeat it on other ones, guys. Make sure you repeat it on other ones. Then when we are done doing this, we are going to be sewing out the belt holder on the band. Now look at what we are about doing. Place it this way. Are you seeing it? Then sew it out. Just tack it out. That is what we are about doing right now. Tack it out on the band. Please do the same thing on every other side. Please make sure you do the same thing on every other side. It's very, very important. If you've not liked this video, please make sure you click on the like button. It is very important. It helps us to make sure that people see this video, and it also helps you so that next time you will see our videos. Okay, so we are now going to be fixing the other part of the band, that is the inner part of the band. All you have to do is to sew quarter inch. Do you understand? Sew quarter inch. This is what you actually need to do. Okay, make sure you do it on the other side also. Sew quarter inch. Yes, as you guys can see, we are doing it on this very side. Then when you are done, next thing you're going to be doing is to closing up the band. Yes, but we are going to start from the front part, as you can see from here. Please make sure you always use your scissors to cut. Don't use your hand the same way you see me do sometimes in this particular video. It is not good for you to do that. You might end up messing up your dress. As you can see how we are going to be stitching it. Are you seeing it? This is how you stitch it. Then make sure you turn it out. After you're done turning it out, use your scissors or any other thing to push it out so that it will position very well. So please do the same thing on the other side of the zipper. Do the same thing, please. As you can see, we are doing the same thing on this very side. Fold it out and make sure you sew it out just the same way we did on the other side. So after you're done working on this very side, next thing you need to do is to still open it up, cut off the excess, and then use your scissors to push it out. That is what you need to do. Which after you're done doing that, the next thing we're about doing is to close the back center. That is the waistband, the back center. So that is what we're about closing now. Please, whenever you are closing this part, please, I will give you an advice. Always make sure your stitching goes straight. Provided it's starting from the waistband, make sure your stitching goes straight. Please don't bend it. It is not going to balance or position very well. So now let me show you guys. If you look at it, you notice that it is going straight. Are you seeing it? Okay, look at it, it's going very straight. Okay, so we need to do is to cut off some excess on this very part, yes, so as to enable us have a better folding at the back. So this is how we are going to be folding it, guys. Look at it. This is how we are going to be folding. Are you seeing it? So we are going to the ironing table now to iron it out. Yes, so you guys can see, first of all, use your steam iron or use your water and spray. Then make sure you iron it out carefully. So in the process of ironing it out, we're also going to use a hemming gum to hold it firm, because we are going to be sewing in front of the waistband. So take your time and do a neat and better ironing. Then now we are done ironing, next thing you need to do, guys, is to top stitch on the band. Now this is how you top stitch. Please remember that we already have a belt holder, which is going to prevent you from continuing your top stitching. All you have to do, whenever you reach at the belt holder, back stitch and start again under the belt holder. As you can see what I'm doing now. Please make sure you continue this till you are done. Look at it, this is exactly what I did on that particular one. So I just had to fast forward this so as to make the video not be too long. So now we are done. Let's continue stitching. Are you seeing it? We are continuing stitching. We are following the shape of the band. Now the truth is that you can actually stop here now, but for me I just needed to top stitch on both sides, so that is why I'm actually continuing the stitching here. So look at the stitching here. Continue the stitching in a very neat way, guys. Okay, make sure you stitch on top of the belt holder. Yeah, stitch on top of it neatly, please, guys. Neatly. Make sure you stitch on top of it. So by me looking at this now, all you have to do is just go to the iron table, iron it out, and we are done with our denim shirt. So I hope you like this video. I hope you really love it. If you love it, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like this video, and make sure you share it to your friends. I love you guys. I'll continue teaching you with all my heart. Yes, I love you guys. So take care and bye. So like I said, guys, if you've not ordered for our book, The Perfect Dress Cutting Guide, I want you to do so. Make sure you comment in the comment section. I also make sure I put out the link in the description. Thanks, and may God bless you. I so much love you for all you guys did for me. Yes, you guys actually watch my videos, you guys actually comment, you know, you people share my video, and I want you to make sure you become a Ceefashion member, official member. Just click join to become a member. Thanks, and may God bless you.